Hey guys, this is the very first episode of the Saturday Show. You better enjoy it or I'll come to your house while you're sleeping and give your dog a new. Hey guys, welcome to Vanellope's Corner, and today it's the first episode of the Saturday Show. I'm recording this on Friday, but I'm gonna put it up tomorrow. So, I might have already put, by the time you're watching this, I might have put 2 videos up yesterday, my vlog and Fiction Friday. If they aren't up, then... But anyway, since this is the first episode of the Saturday Show, I probably should tell you guys what the Saturday Show is gonna consist of. The Saturday Show mainly consists of 2 things: show reviews and random other stuff that isn't gonna fit into any other category. It's not gonna be movie reviews, it's not gonna be me reading fiction, or it's not gonna be vlogs or whatever. It might be vlogs, who knows, but it doesn't really fit into any other category on my channel, so it's just kind of something that I do every Saturday. And it's going to alternate between me reviewing an episode of a show that I like, or a show that you guys suggest, and a random other thing that maybe you guys can suggest some ideas down in the description below. Actually, please suggest ideas down in the comments below. Tell me what you guys want me to do on the Saturday Show. I'm not doing any challenges, except for maybe a couple, except for maybe the milk challenge, or the banana and Sprite challenge, or the 2-liter Diet Pepsi no burp challenge, because those don't actually cause any real long-term damage, but a lot of other challenges that people think are totally innocent are actually really dangerous. Like, even the cinnamon challenge, you can get it caught in your lungs, and you can get lung scarring and other stuff anyway. So I'm gonna alternate between reviewing an episode of a show that I enjoy and a random other thing that doesn't really fit into any other category on my channel. So for today, we're going to So the Saturday Show is just something that I do every Saturday. That's just something fun and random and cool, and also I'm gonna obviously be reviewing shows that I like and stuff like that. I always want to review shows and things, and there's actually quite a few shows that I want to get to, but today we're doing a random other thing, and since my computer is still being stupid, we're gonna do this on my phone. So today we're doing Amazon customer reviews of the Haribo Sugarless 5-pound gummy bear bag. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's the thing that everybody says gives you horrid diarrhea, so I'm going to be reading some reviews. I was reading some of them last night after watching a few people eat the entire bag on YouTube, and then I was wondering about the reviews, so I kind of looked it up, and I'm going to read you some of the stuff that I found. It's pretty funny. I went through it last night, so there's some pretty good ones. And since my computer is still being fucking stupid, we're going to be doing this on my phone. So I try not to swear, but I still swear every now and then. I'm still trying to get off it, I'm sorry. But anyway. Oops. Okay, so this actually took me a few minutes to set up. I cut out all the other crap so it was instantly for you guys, but it took me about 2 or 3 minutes to get this set up. Anyway, we're gonna start reading these. Just don't, unless it's a gift for someone you hate. Oh man, words cannot express what happened to me after eating these. The Gummy Bear Cleanse. If you are someone that can tolerate the sugar substitute, enjoy. If you are like the dozens of people who tried my order, run. First of all, for taste I would rate these a 5. So good. Soft, true-to-taste fruit flavors like the sugar variety. I was a happy camper. But, or should I say but, not long after eating about 20 of these, all hell broke loose. I had a gastrointestinal experience like nothing I've ever imagined. Cramps, sweating, bloating beyond my worst nightmare. I've had food poisoning from some bad shellfish, and that was almost like a skip in the park compared to what was going on inside me. Then came the, flatulence. Heavens to Murgatroyd, the sounds like trumpets calling the demons back to hell. The stench like 1,000 rotten corpses vomited. I couldn't stand to stay in one room for fear of succumbing to my own odors. But wait, there's more. What came out of me felt like someone tried to funnel Niagara Falls through a coffee straw. I swear my sphincters were screaming. It felt like my delicate starfish was a gaping maw projectile vomiting a torrential flood of toxic waste. 100% liquid. Flammable liquid. Napalm. Okay. It was actually a bit humorous for a nanosecond, as it was just beyond anything I could imagine possible. And it went on for hours. This is actually one of the ones that I read last night. By the way, Mommy's going to be home in a couple hours, and she's bringing McDonald's. She said she could get me McDonald's, so I'm getting chicken nuggets, because I haven't had those in a really long time, and I love them so much. I would usually get a Big Mac, but this time I want a chicken McNuggets. Just thought I'd mention that for no reason. Also, I want to say, because I forgot to say this in my previous video, is that Time Wizard recently left a comment on one of my videos that said, "Your videos always make me so happy," and that is really lovely to hear. That's the kind of stuff that just touches my heart. To know you guys care that much about my videos and love watching them come out, and we all try and support each other here, and that you guys are supporting me and I'm supporting you guys. It's just really amazing. So I'm really glad that my videos make you guys so happy and that you enjoy them so much. I really appreciate all the love and support I've been getting, so thank you guys so much. I forgot to mention Time Wizard's comment in my video. I was going to mention it my thank you for all the support video, but I forgot. So, there you go. So thank you for that. I felt violated when it was over, which I think might have been sometime in the early morning of the next day. There was stuff coming out of me that I ate at my wedding in 2005. I had 5 pounds of these innocent-looking, delicious-tasting hillberries, so I told a friend about what happened to me, thinking it had to be some type of sensitivity I had to the sugar substitute, and in spite of my warnings and graphic descriptions, she decided to take her chances and take them off my hands. Silly woman. All the same for her, and phone call from her while on the toilet, because you kinda end up living in the bathroom for a spell, telling me she really wished she would have listened. I think she was crying. Her sister was skeptical and suspected that we were exaggerating. She took them to work, since there was still 99% of a 5-pound bag left. Oh no. She works for a construction company where there were builders, roofers, house painters, landscapers, etc. Lots of people who generally have limited access to toilets on any given day. I can't imagine where all of these poor men and women pooped that day. I keep envisioning men on roofs, crossing their legs and trying to decide if they can make it down the ladder or if they should just jump. If you order these, best of luck to you. And please, don't post a video review doing the aftershocks. P.S. When I ordered these, the warnings and disclaimers and legalese were not posted. I'm not a moron. Also not sure why so many people assume I'm a man. I am a woman. We poop too. Of course, our poop sparkles and smells like a walk in a meadow of wildflowers. Thanks for all the great comments. I've been enjoying reading them, and so glad that the horror show experience from snacking on these has at least made some people smile. Ideal gift for your congressional... This is second review, by the way. Ideal gift for your congressional representatives. The reviews are so helpful. It is so difficult to be sure you are buying something over the internet that is exactly what you are searching for. I'm sending a bag of these to every member of Congress to show my deepest gratitude. That one was kind of short. Okay, on to the next review. My dinner with Andrea. I'm pretty sure Andrea, I'll call her, agreed to have dinner at my apartment only because I always spoke to her using nothing but my 2 years of high school German. Her English was perfect, probably better than mine, but the fact that I could only ask her directions to the Autobahn or inquire about the health of her non-existent Tante Amelia, seemed to make me appealing to her in a sweet and non-threatening way. My intentions, however, were considerably less childlike, which is why the shopping that night was done at one of these upscale groceries with an intentional flair. Morlis Morinaris. I can't read that. I don't know what that says. Is as much of a panty peeler as anything I can cook, and isn't that hard to pull off. But still, I was busy tracking the recipe in my head when I found myself in the sweets aisle, and that, to my chagrin, is why I didn't immediately notice the difference between Haribo normal gummy bears, which are designed for human enjoyment, and Haribo Sugarless gummy bears, which are designed for use in maximum security prison. Which are designed for use in maximum security prisons as a way to punish uncooperative inmates. I shan't make that mistake again. Notice you can't spell shan't without shat. Prior to Andrea's arrival, I sat in my living room creating a playlist of make-out music and nervously binging on the gummy bears I have placed in a decorative bowl because I am fancy. Yeah, okay. The doorbell rang, and within minutes we were standing in the kitchen, drinking beers, and both of us probably worrying that we were about to exhaust my ability to communicate in her native tongue. But soon that would be the least of my worries. In the middle of trying to ask Andrea if she likes to dance to young people's music, I felt a flutter in my midsection, accompanied by a guttural pronouncement. A guttural pronouncement so loud it threatened to drown out my own voice. Maybe it was because I was mentally refreshing my language lessons, but it suddenly struck me how much pre-diarrheal grumblings sounded like German words. Were there, was the next thing uttered by my rapidly clenching stomach. Appropriately, Andrea looked up in response. "Am I making coffee?" she asked. I thought I must have mistranslated her at first. Then finally I realized that yes, the loud, ominous gurgling coming from my gut could easily be mistaken for the percolating of some bachelor's crappy coffee maker. It's remarkable how quickly one knows that one is about to have a traumatic potty-making experience. Maybe that's the body's way of buying you the precious seconds you need. I was already calculating the number of steps to the bathroom, speculating on whether I would have time to lift the lid to the toilet, when my own voice cried out loudly in my head. "She's going to hear everything." Thanks to an acoustical idiosyncrasy in my building, the hallway outside the bathroom works as an amplifier pointed straight at my living room/kitchen, so that somehow even the gentlest tinkle sounds like I'm pouring lemonade out of a bucket. With only half an idea of what I was doing, I grabbed Andrea's hand and pulled her roughly down onto my sofa. I must have looked like a madman as I booted up my iTunes playlist, plugged in the gigantic new headphones I had just bought to keep me looking young and hip, and clamped them down over her ears. The sweat forming on my brow and upper lip couldn't have helped. In response to her nervous expression, I kept shouting, "You'll love this! You'll love this!" I spun her around so that she was looking out the window. My plan was that she'd be so distracted by the modest fourth floor view that it would allow me to pull my pants off while I sprinted down the hall, silently singing the praises of the noise-reducing quality of my new headphones. This story will be reprinted in its entirety as a 5-star review on the Sony Beats Audio Amazon page. As I slammed the bathroom door shut, already half naked, it occurred to me that I had not been shouting "You'll love this" at Andrea. I don't even know how to say that in German. In my desperation, I had been saying "Ich liebe dich." I don't know what the heck that says, repeatedly professing my love for her in a shaky and frantic voice. But maybe that was a good thing, because as I threw myself at the toilet, I figured the best I could hope for is that she would be so creeped out that she would sneak out of the apartment, blissfully unaware of the carnage taking place in the next room. What can I say about the ensuing white-knuckle bowel movement that hasn't been expressed in the other reviews on this page? I'm pretty sure I haven't seen the adjective I can't read German used anywhere else. By the end of Act 1 of this private little torture porn movie, I was confessing to every unsolved crime in history, praying I would stumble upon the one that would satisfy my invisible captors. Quickly I realized that I had more than Andrea's sense of sound to worry about. Were she to get even the faintest whiff of the weapons-grade sleuths that my anus was angrily shouting into the porcelain, I would have to change my name and move to another city. And so I flushed, and flushed, and flushed, and flushed. And then I flushed and nothing happened. I've never looked down into a broken toilet with more horror in my entire life. And I once stopped up George Clooney's crapper, a true story for another time. Yeah, right. I reached for the plunger, but my hand froze and my heart seized when I saw it on the floor, broken into and covered in what looked like teeth marks. What the heck? Apparently I'd used the wooden handle to keep from biting my tongue off and I chewed clean through it. When did that happen? It seems my mind had already started the process of repressing this entire event. Amid the feverish, fruitless dance I did across my tiny bathroom floor, it dawned on me that it had been more than a minute since my last soul-wrenching anal tantrum. "Dear Lord, is it over?" I asked, quite possibly aloud. I may have been lightheaded and delusional, but I began to imagine a non-ignominious resolution to this ordeal. I just needed to get her the hell out of here. If Andrea hadn't fled the building, vomiting in terror, then I supposed I could pull up my trousers and make a cavalier exit. As long as I could get her off premises and as far away from this post-apocalyptic mode as humanly possible, assuming that the diaristas had retreated to the hills temporarily. Maybe I could even whisk Andrea away to a candlelight dinner at Bernardo's. How impulsive! My first few steps back toward the living room. My first few steps back toward the living room were tentative, and not just because my sphincter felt raw and tattered. It was a slow approach to the moment of truth, especially when I saw her figure still planted on my sofa. I knew any look on Andrea's face other than her mouth agape would constitute a miraculous victory, and when she smiled at me, the wash of relief that engulfed me was more glorious than any throes of ecstasy I might have wished for at the beginning of the night. And then I saw it, the decorative bowl sitting on her lap, down to just the last few sugarless gummy bears. "Du hast Haribo," she said to me, accompanied by a satisfied smile, a big, beaming Hansel and Gretel smile that slightly turned down in one corner at the sound we both suddenly heard. A low rumble from deep within her GI tract that sounded like Gurf, the German word for danger. Her eyes shot past mine and refocused on the bathroom door just down the hall behind me. And is that where it ends? Yeah, that's done. Okay. Scariest harvest party will forever haunt school. Oh no. Okay, the thing I just read was from another review, the next review. I brought 2 bags of these to my son's school for their harvest party because of the new sugar-free and healthy eating initiatives. All appeared well. The kids were thrilled to have something that wasn't carrot sticks or clementine pumpkins. Within a few minutes, the munchkins had polished off the first bag and were tearing into the second. We started bobbing for apples and playing haunted house bingo. 20 minutes later, the kid in the purple monster costume started growling. It turns out it wasn't his voice, but his stomach. The teacher asked my son to walk the child down to the bathroom, so I followed them into the hall. The child's zipper appeared to be stuck and could not be budged. Suddenly, the floodgates opened, and hot gravy began pooling around the monster's shoes. I told my son to get help. As he turned around to head back into the classroom, he slipped in the sludge, ironically soiling his Winnie the Pooh costume. Meanwhile, 2 more afflicted children were on their way to the restroom and tripped over my son in their panicked pace. As soon as Elsa smelled the putrid fumes, she began to vomit in Rapunzel's hair. At this point, another parent rushed into the hallway with a desperate minion. She took one despicable look at our situation and ran back into the room. I swear. I followed them in an effort to recruit assistance, and that is when I witnessed something that will haunt me forever. Children were screaming. The teacher was holding a stormtrooper as he stood helplessly in the room's only trash can. The apple basin was filled with a rancid-smelling rainbow stew of partially digested hummus, veggies, apples, and bears. Unfortunately, the school does not have windows that open, and a mom was spraying autumn leaf freshener in a futile attempt to cover the stench. At that point, the school secretary made the announcement that students should line up in the hallway for the pumpkin parade around the school. As the neighboring classrooms entered the hallway, the smog hit their noses, and they began to run. Several second graders slipped in the remaining smears in front of our door. More retching resulted in further contamination of our only exit. We desperately attempted to evacuate the room before more students evacuated their pants. 2 of us placed plastic shopping bags over our hands like gloves and passed children through the doorway and over the worst of the wreckage. It was decided that the best course of action at this point was to enact an early dismissal and allow parents an opportunity to take students home. Before the disaster originated in our room, students were quarantined in the gym and not allowed to ride the bus. Our school was closed for 2 days as kids were tested for a norovirus. Multiple visits to doctors confirmed the same causation, irritable bowels from ingestion of sugar substitutes. Fortunately, the children recovered more quickly than I did. Forget haunted houses. I pass out every time I see a gummy bear. At this point, I'm trying to decide if I should continue or not. My voice is pretty raspy. I'm not sure that it's such a good idea for me to keep going. Maybe I should just rest my voice. I don't think I'm sick, but maybe I should wait a little while and see if it'll work. If my voice will be better in a little while. I don't know if it's because I just woke up very recently. Okay guys, so I've decided I'm going to take a break and see if my voice sounds better in a couple hours, because right now it's very raspy. I just got up very, very recently, so I think that could be it. So I'm just gonna take a little break for now. I'll probably be back very soon. And if I don't finish this video today, then I'll record some more tomorrow, but I do have a few more reviews that I want to read. I want to read some more reviews. We're not finished yet, so okay. See ya.